So you want to know about me, eh? What better place to begin the story of my life than the city where I was born? It all started here, I think. And then went over here. And then over here. Then here. Somewhere. And then we get to where I tend to believe my life truly began. Sterlington, Louisiana. We lived in a nice house. I had nice friends, which at age 10 was a first, hence my mentioning it. It was great. We rode bikes, we played cards, we played video games, and then we moved. It wasn't all bad, I suppose. We did move into an arguably nicer house, but I had no friends, and I was sad. But then I performed a stunt involving a little pink Barbie bike on a really big hill, and I had friends again, and I was happy. But then I started moving up in the world, and I started losing friends. They went to different cities, or different states, or jail, and I was alone again, and I was sad. But then I made new friends, and I was happy. And then my parents got divorced, and then I was kidnapped. And then I suffered indescribable psychological horrors at the hands of people who claimed to love me. And I was sad. But I still had great friends who helped me through everything. And then I moved in with my mom, and everything started looking up again. And then we moved to Shreveport. And without my friends there to guide me through the lingering aftereffects of multiple mental breakdowns, I became bitter, jaded. I began to hold Shreveport in particular contempt as if it was responsible for my suffering. I couldn't wait to finish high school and get away. And then I finished high school, and I was too poor to leave, so I got a job, and I became less bitter. A year later, I started attending LSUS here in Shreveport, and I was content. And then my house caught fire, and I was sad. And then I met the love of my life, and I was happy. I was lost in the shadows of my despair. My wife, I lied, was gone, and the baby girl she carried for a short 6 months was going the way of her mother, even as she drew her first breath. For 3 days they operated on her tiny body. For 3 days I prayed to every god and demon, begging them to fix her fragile frame. Even if she lived, deformed as she was, my poor girl would never make it in a purest world like ours. After 3 days, when all hope was lost, it was not a doctor of medicine who woke me from my nightmare, but one of science. 10 years, he promised me. 10 years with my daughter. Without hesitation, without knowing the cost, without caring about the consequences, I took his deal. I was desperate. I was selfish. I should have known then and there by the glimmer in his eye and the wicked grin on his lips that I would come to regret his aid. Looking back, I can barely believe how surprised I was when I finally paid his price. I asked for a demon. So came the demon, Dittenheim. But he kept his promise, and that was all that mattered then. But now he has taken far more than he was owed. I would have given anything and everything for my daughter, and I did. But that was not enough for the good doctor. He took my daughter. He is making her pay for my mistake, and that mistake is the last he will ever make. For a demon, Dettenheim may be, but I am something much more terrifying. A father whose daughter is in danger. And when I find him, I will make him regret everything he ever did to my little girl. And I will make him regret bringing me back from the dead.
radio emissions from the black hole are incredible out here. The song of the dark side of creation. Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Anomaly found.
Hello, and welcome to this module. My name is Josh, and I am not a doctor. In your clerkships through various fields, you will be learning foundational clinical and diagnostic skills. But there are other skills that I want to encourage you to develop. As you garner these people skills in the foundational days of your clinical career, I hope you will be molded into the kind of effective physician leaders who will be equipped to facilitate patient care in the future. In today's module, we will be demonstrating the importance of utmost professionalism in high-stress emergency situations. Let's get started. Scene 1. Dr. Visionary is delivering a baby in LDR 13. She encounters the turtle sign and doesn't seem to be able to get the baby out. She asks the nurse to call for help. After the nurse calls out for help, ward clerks in Peanut Gallery calls for another physician while students A and B come running in. The two students pause for observation. That doctor obviously doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah, I don't know what medical school she went to. Meanwhile, Dr. Visionary overhears the chatter, but tries to focus on the task at hand, while ignoring the students' conversation. Hey doc, I just finished 2 weeks in the obstetrics rotation. Would you like some help? No thank you, but if you can make sure the other doctors are called, that would be great. Meanwhile, the new nurse looks sympathetically at the struggling doctor and gives fundal pressure. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. The nurse glares contemptuously at the students and continues to apply fundal pressure. Dr. Faculty comes in and assesses the situation. Looking at the two students, he says, I need one of you on each side of the patient to hyperflex her legs. Nurse, I need you to give suprapubic pressure. They immediately do what they are told, and the baby comes out, blue and floppy, and has to be resuscitated by the neonatology team. After the delivery, Dr. Visionary is writing her notes. She is shaken, exhausted, and seemingly alone, thinking about the traumatic experience. Meanwhile, students A and B stand on the sides of her, with their arms crossed, contemptuously looking at Dr. Visionary and speaking amongst themselves. That will never happen to me when I'm a doctor. Me neither. Dr. Visionary notices Dr. Faculty enter the room and goes to speak to him. Sir, I can't do this anymore. I had a near miss today, and I almost had a bad outcome. I'm just not cut out to be an obstetrician. Here's my resignation. Dr. Faculty replies sympathetically. You're just tired. It will get better. Next year, duty hours are going to be cut from 80 to 60 hours a week. You don't get it. I'm changing my name to Dr. Disillusioned. End of scene. Scene